Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to start to discuss real estate as one of the pathways to building wealth. And we're going to talk about why real estate is such a great option and works for so many people. Okay. Here are some of the major reasons why I like real estate. In the future videos, we'll break down exactly how to go about investing in real estate, different types of real estate investments you can get into, etc. Okay. So number one, a lot of people like having a real asset, right? When you own stocks, that value fluctuates a lot based on what everybody else thinks the value is. And so, through no control of your own, the value can go up and down. The economy can happen and affect the price and be very liquid. So some people feel like they don't have any control over what happens in the stock market. To a certain extent, that's true. And so owning real estate is like, hey, there's something tangible. It can't lose all of its value. It can't go to zero, because there's still an actual property here. It's a real asset that I have access to that I could even use myself or, rent or whatever, or sell at some point. So that's why some people like real estate. I don't totally buy the argument that the stock market is not good because of that, because in real estate, there are a lot of outside factors that influence real estate as well. We don't control 100% of anything. And so I don't totally buy that argument, but owning a stock certificate that is digitally held at whatever brokerage firm you're at versus owning a piece of property that you can go visit and walk inside, it is different. And some people prefer it. So having a real asset can be great. It has built-in inflation protection. Okay, we all know inflation has hit really, really high points coming out of the pandemic, and it's disconcerting. I think the last one I saw was 7% inflation. The gas prices shooting way up. So everybody's concerned, hey, I need my money to stretch further than that. And unless we beat out inflation, our dollars are losing value over time. That's a big problem. Real estate, any investment, I'll just say this, any investment is a fix for that. Because if you have an investment and it is actively growing your money, then probably it's growing it and you're going to mitigate the impacts of inflation. That said, real estate has some really unique features about it that mitigate inflation, okay? If you own, for example, a house, a rental property, and you rent it out, you can increase the rent, right? From time to time, maybe every year you do a small increase, or after a couple of years, you increase it, right? To meet market rates for housing, okay? For rentals. While at the same time, if you have a mortgage on that property, your mortgage stays the same throughout the duration of the loan. So your costs essentially remain the same, but you can increase rents and earn more money to help outpace or keep up with inflation. Okay, so that's pretty great benefit. You can increase your cash flow and make sure that you're mitigating any impacts of inflation. So fantastic for that as well. Another reason why real estate is great is everybody needs it and uses it. Everybody has to live somewhere. So if we're talking about residential homes or apartments or duplex or townhomes or condos or anything like that, people have to live places, okay? And so real estate will always be around. It's not a fad. It's going to be around. Now, of course, you have to do your research, right? If there are certain towns or areas of a city that are, losing people are moving out to different areas and you're at a net population decline, then real estate there could be much more difficult, right? Obviously. Vice versa, it could also happen the opposite way, right? So you live in a place and population is booming. A lot of people are moving into that area. It's in high demand. And so you see values for properties increase. You see the ask for rental income, rental rates increase along with that. And so obviously there's that kind of play depending on the geography and the demographics and things like that. There's a lot of variables that go into it. But generally speaking, everybody needs real estate, some real estate, okay? They're either going to own it or they're going to rent it. And then on top of that, there will always be businesses that use real estate. So if you're looking at commercial space, office buildings, things like that, that maybe is a little bit more uncertain than it used to be, right? With the pandemic and everybody doing work from home, maybe commercial buildings, there's a slightly different analysis you have to do on projecting forward income and value of properties, but they're never going to completely go away. I mean, people need places to work and somebody's got to provide them. And so things might change, the returns might not be as good, but they're always going to be around, at least in our lifetimes. And then the fourth reason that I'll talk about is that you can get started pretty easily. Anybody could get started in real estate at any time. In fact, if you buy your own home, if you go out and you buy a home, then you're already in real estate. Okay, I don't look at a primary home as an investment, but how many times do you see somebody buy a home, live in it for a little bit, and then move out and then keep that one as a rental, right? So you can actually go in And if you're going to own or occupy the house, we'll talk about some strategies there like house hacking. But if you're going to live in the property for at least a year, you could go in and pay as little as 3% down, get a mortgage, buy the home, and then leave, and you have a rental property that's already financed and can start cash flowing, or growing in value. So it's pretty easy to get in. You just need good credit, you need good income, and you can finance it. Okay. You can finance your way into real estate. Okay. So for all of those reasons, I think real estate is a great investment. And we're going to break down some of the different types of investments and kind of how to analyze things and what to look for. But I will also say that I am no real estate investment expert. I do not own any rental properties. I will be invested in real estate here shortly, but I don't own any properties. I haven't gone through the process myself. I have helped a lot of clients do it, and I've done a lot of research, so I understand it. But that being said, there are a lot of other resources out there. If this is a direction you want to go, hopefully this section of the module can help give you a really good idea of starting to narrow in your focus, understand what route you want to go, what options you have available. But there are a lot of resources out there that are very much more specific that can help you get further down that path once you've decided it's a path you want to go on. Okay. So I've helped a lot of clients analyze deals, look at the different options, tax-wise, liability, financing, all of that. And we're going to go into that now. But if this is a route you want to go, there's a lot of great resources out there, and you can definitely get very, very specific, detailed information or help to begin in that path. All right, I'm excited to get going. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Until next time, stay focused on your outcomes.